Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to LEGO City Undercover. Let's continue. So we did a big rescue scene of our female love interest, I suppose, who really doesn't want anything to do with me. The story really doesn't play well in this, and I don't know if that's because the prequel game that was on the 3DS actually came out first, but since this was originally on the Wii U, you are kind of left in this bad situation where you're really not getting the backstory as much as we should. It really kind of almost feels like Chase, the character we're playing as, is more a stalker than an actual person that was actually appreciated by the female interest. Even when we rescued her, she was reluctantly happy about it, not super happy about it. And now we've been taken off the case again, and we're being sent to the sheriff, who is likely just to waste our time.
Chase,
We can see some major aliasing happening on the shadows.
What did you do to get sent out here then?
Are you sure you're a qualified plumber, honey?
Of course!
Ah! Honey!
Nothing?
That's right, deputy. I got you cornered.
Huckleberry's in
It's just you and me.
Frank,
Because I sent your boss on a wild
you go
goose
around the
chase.
side.
After a wild goose. Say. Oh. Prayers?
Oh, sorry.
Hey there, Chase. We're just finishing rehearsal.
So
our play.
we may be at like the 8th level of 15 in this game. It's
Okay.
revealing to
Gotta be
me
something
that
to
this
fill your
game
days
is
around here.
slower than I'd kind of like
Nothing
it to be.
exciting ever happens.
But I guess that's true with Lego games in general, is that they tend to go
The front
long.
door was locked?
Of course, the difference between this and Lego Marvel
Calm down, dear.
superheroes,
Don't worry, you two.
well,
Your
I would
chief
say
will
Lego
be your
Star
cover,
Wars in
and I've
particular.
drawn up a work
That was
roster.
interesting. There was a bit of a micro
You'll
stutter.
be in charge
in the
of making
cutscene,
sure we do not
either
run
that
out
or
of coffee.
Blinked.
You can trust me,
Um,
Sheriff Huckleberry.
Look at the background
Chase.
jittering.
I broke the coffee machine.
Lego Star Wars in particular was going over the course of like 3,
Both of you be rounding up Farmer Hayes' escaped pigs.
I guess
His
it was
farm's to the
2
south of here.
trilogies.
I'd go myself.
So
but
6
it's closed
movies,
up tonight, and I
6
still don't know
2-hour
all my
experiences plus.
We're on it.
So
Come on,
it
Chase.
makes
Let's go
sense.
see the nanimals.
It's not a petting zoo, Frank. Right. The sooner we find those animals, the sooner I can get back to finding Rex.
Hey, look! Horses! Do we get to use them?
I guess. Can you ride a horse?
It depends. Are these ones stick shift or automatic?
Maybe you should just walk.
See you later!
Yeah. So it kind of makes sense that what is this?
Chase! My horse is stuck in reverse! And it doesn't have a head! And it has a really weird looking butt!
You're sat facing backwards, Frank.
Oh! That'd explain why he didn't like it when I fed him that apple! Thanks, Chase!
That's
See you at
not
the
kid
farm.
appropriate joke. Inserting an apple into the rear end of a horse is not a joke for a kid appropriate game. This is like the weirdest writing. I have never seen in a Lego game do this. This is so weird. They give it to a different team, and apparently the different team didn't even have the same like guidelines or producer in charge of making sure that there was some tonal consistency there. That is strange. Now, the horse will jump, which is nice, but it won't do any kind of burst nitro, which makes sense. Let's see. Can't jump on the cars. Yeah, it really doesn't feel like you should be... Here's an interesting experiment. What happens if we do this? We fall down to our death. Okay. Thanks for letting me do that, game. We'll see if this makes it easier or harder to get to our final location. Yeah, that was fine. The horse does not have hooves on his feet, and yet we still hear a pronounced clopping. This is a different area. I want to just look at the map and see where we are. Yeah, it seems kind of obvious that they're going to give us some mini games over here. Yeah, I feel like this would have been the one LEGO game that should have been a shorter experience. And if that means that the entire series should have been 2 3DS games that were then combined into one full story, that would have been, I think, better. LEGO pigs. You don't see too many LEGO pigs or animals in sets as much as you might think you would.
Hello there, sir.
Oh, at last! You have to find my pigs.
And this is why I became a policeman.
They're mountain pigs. Incredibly rare. I'm going out of my mind with worry.
Going?
Have no fear. This is Chase
That's
McCain.
not nice to
If
say in front of the
anyone's
guy.
qualified to find your pigs, it's him.
Thank you, honey. Well, they shouldn't be too hard to find. It's not like they can fly.
Well, they're mountain pigs. They could be anywhere.
Ah! Oh,
Hey, even the joke of naming the character Honey
I better stay here
is
in case they come back.
it's a
Fine.
reference I think from Black
Should be looking for
Adder,
Rex Fury.
a British adult comedy where there was a character named Darling, and so they'd always have his name at the end of a sentence, so it
Great.
would sound like you were
I
calling
used to wear them to muck out the pigs.
him Darling.
Oh,
Then I locked them in a cupboard because they stinked up so bad. And, well, buried the key in a field for safety.
right.
And
now
cuckoo
they're
clocks in
haunted.
his head.
You can use my old tractor to plow up the key if you like. Might be the spot of repairing, though.
See if why they jump off the horse. Because we started the
Looks like it
cutscene
needs
in the
oiling.
horse.
Only I can't think where I left the oil can. I'd need to retrace my footsteps to figure out where that oil is.
Yeah. It feels like the prequel, particularly in this port. Like, because we know that the 3DS prequel would have been out by the time the PC port of this game happened. So it feels like the story should be shown in at least flashbacks, or all of the game content should have been combined. Of course, this also wouldn't be like the first time that a Steam version of a game or a PC version of a game just does not get DLC compared to other versions. Lego The Hobbit is kind of notorious for never having a the final DLC that finishes the story. So yeah, it's still very much is a case where you really shouldn't be playing these on PC. A few of these will play well, I suppose, if you're not
Hey, Chase.
running into the
I heard you
micro-stuttering
got
issue.
sent to my Uncle Duke's place. How's it going?
Well, instead of searching for Rex's fury, I'm searching for a key to some overalls which smell so bad they were locked in a cupboard. And I'm doing that so I can catch some pigs.
Oh, well, you can probably use your audio scanner to find the pigs.
Oh, well now everything's okay.
I'll call you later.
Thanks for the reminder, Ellie.
I missed a bit of corn. This is slightly interesting gameplay because I haven't done this before. It combines with the LEGO idea fairly well. But just take a moment to look how much of this scenery all around here is just not LEGO. So was there supposed to be some kind of kids game that wasn't LEGO at some point? I wouldn't be surprised if TT Games would at some point want to get away from doing LEGO games and just make kids games. But honestly, I think you probably run a high risk of doubling your sales just by LEGOfying any other game concept. So you should probably make everything LEGO. I think very few children would say, no, I don't want to play this because I don't like LEGO. There probably are a few people like that, a few kids, but if they're into Star Wars, and a Star Wars LEGO game will probably work for them just fine. So now we have the farming ability, and it wants us to go use it over there to reach that audio point. Okay.
I love LEGO City.
It's so strange that we still are really doing nothing. Like, we're still tutorializing. We're still having the same old
So bad.
learning experience.
Oh, wait, no. It just hit me. I better find these pigs then.
Well, we're hours and hours into the game. Camera doesn't want to change.
You've really seen a UFO?
Oh, yeah. I saw this weird, unearthly light, and then I got sucked up into their spacecraft, where they did strange things to me.
Oh, what kind of things?
They probed me.
Wow.
I mean, they asked me real searching questions.
Oh!
Two
Then they stuck a machine.
La 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 la, can't hear you. La, la,
two
la, 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 la,
butt
la, la,
insertion
can't hear you.
jokes
La,
for a
la,
kids
la,
game.
not
This
listening,
is
not listening.
ridiculous.
La, 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 la. You stop talking.
Am I supposed to be to activate Super Trip Chicken Glide? Tap and hold A.
Do you think I can have a go on one of your machines?
Maybe.
Okay.
But not my brand new combine harvester.
You've got a brand new combine harvester?
Oh, I've got a brand new combine harvester.
Will you give me the keys?
No, I just said that.
So this is how we're gonna fly, I guess? That's kind of simplistic right now. I hope it doesn't get too crazy. And I hope we're not flying through ring after ring after ring. Again, all of this feels a lot like the elements that are in LEGO Marvel Superheroes. I guess this is what you get, though, isn't it? From TT Games, as far as level of quality, is you have a side team make a bad game, while the main team takes some extra time to make a good game. And I cannot really be too upset with their decision, because in the long run, they did make a great game in LEGO Marvel Superheroes. So this game, in its lacking of features, pushes me back to say, boy, I'd like to kind of play LEGO Marvel Superheroes a second time. But I don't think I could really justify it. I might actually have a small justification for it. I think I actually glitched and didn't get all the achievements for that game, so... But it would be completely unjustifiable for my YouTube channel. And there's still plenty of other LEGO games to play. And I do think by the time we hit... oh man. Can I get up here any other way? He uses the chicken as a egg shooting gun. Seriously. I've never seen this level of crude humor. Like, I would not... If I was a particularly conservative parent, I would not let him play this LEGO game. And how in the world would you know this is the one LEGO game for them not to play? I guess these are supposed to be hay bales. And then there's... I guess supposed to be scarecrows hidden somewhere in the other hay bales. Feels like some of these things drop more of the bricks. But it doesn't seem like there is a way to get up where we need to go. And I would heavily suspect that if you were to try to go to a used video game store, finding this game probably is not very easy. Used or otherwise. I bet that they made considerably fewer copies.
Hey there.
There's no way up. No shortcut up. So the fact that I missed that one area has me walk through this whole area, and this resetted all of those studs.
Every single day.
Wow! Even Saturdays?
So you can get a secondary
Well, you've seen them. They can climb, can't they? And let me tell you, when there might be a pig in the rafters, you wear a hat.
like you see how secondary studs are, that they can just respawn them as an attempt to make it more obvious where you're supposed to go. And that doesn't throw off the economy at all. You have to climb all the way to the top of that for really no reason. Second time seems like it'll work, but you can definitely tell there's a lack of smooth programming going on with that. Now, one hopes that I'm not gonna have to go to the same listening spot to find any more of these pigs. It'd be nice if this is the only pig I actually even have to collect, and maybe then it opens like a mini game. It jumped in automatically, and then I jumped in.
Not so easy to
Also.
find, are they? Betsy does love getting up to mischief.
Two more. And now it's gonna just point to a different location. Okay. Yeah. This is dull. And if there's a real reason for the micro stuttering, look at the background and you will see it. What could have been a much more consistent brown dull patch of mountains, or just fogged out mountains that you can't see any further, or just sky in general, somebody put a lot of textures, and there's things over there that I don't think we're ever gonna reach. So I don't know why there's actual buildings over there and over in that corner. But if you don't even look at the edges, there's a decent amount of texture work even on the ground. But if anything, it seems like it's not that. It seems like when effects happen, it seems like when explosions happen, there's a problem. I'd really like to see some new engine that could take the old LEGO design data and just emulate it, run it through a DirectX 12 Unity engine or something similar to that. Something totally capable and powerful of finding the things, of making the levels work. There we go. I don't want to spin around in a circle and waste my time. We'll just get this done. Big open empty field, almost as a tutorial for what is going to be the rest of the game once we're done with the main story. Because once we start trying to find all those collectibles, this is exactly what we're going to do all the time, is just find spots, scan for things, then move on to the next spot. And it could very well be more difficult than it seems, because we're already starting to see that some of the sections of the open world can be rather empty, and if they haven't put enough items, enough little collectible things to do next to each other, I might clear out an area and then find I can't, I don't know where to go next, and there might not be much of any kind of solution there. We very well might have to walk through all the street and move 20 yards, scan in a circle, move forward 20 yards, scan in a circle a second time until we find something. Or use a walkthrough, which honestly that might be the better solution. So I'm not going to jump this time. It'll jump automatically. It's the same animation either way. Right.
Nice job! Filbert's always getting into trouble, aren't you? Silly pig. Oh, and if you're looking for that Frank feller, he went up to the castle. Said
That's
he heard
really
a distant oinking.
That's really, really far away from where we are. Guess there's no real storyline reason why there's so many other farmers walking around. Either you assume that they're employees that have nothing to say, or they're just random generated people. And the random generated people around the world, seems like we're going to end this game having done, well, end the story having done one of everything once. Alright. 2 out of 3 gold bricks painted. So almost certainly the way the system works is that people randomly spawn, and it determines what area you're in to determine what kind of minifigs randomly spawn. I don't think I can get up there. That's a super brick, not a red brick. Really still hate the fact that the super bricks work this way. Alright. Yeah. So if you do need extra height, it is not through the farmer that you're going to get that. So it's clearly a secondary system. Can I ride a goat? Doesn't look like it. Perhaps this big empty area is full of animals because the animal AIs in this game is programmed not well. That might be the case. So that they would need to hide everything and keep it. Can't get up there. They might have needed to just keep everything under wraps because of that, and in a distant area away from all of the city sections. That's some weird environmental storytelling. Barrels just on the edge of the city. I guess this might be more of an indication of the environmental damage that the potential real bad guy is doing. That he's chopping down trees. Although, frankly, while deforestation is bad, there's been such a poorly explained propaganda against chopping down any trees ever that we've gotten to the point where we've had forest overgrowth being encouraged, and having overgrowth in a forest is just as bad as deforestation. Probably not really just as bad, but it is bad also, because if a forest is heavily forested, as soon as lightning strikes one tree, the entire place starts on fire because there's been no clearing of the brush. So there's a need for a reasonable, nuanced forest control that the proper people and parks rangers and such are aware of. And so a controlled burn can sometimes be the right thing, or just removing trees. A lot of tree companies are making money from chopping down trees, so they would lose their crop effectively if they don't replant the trees. So it's not a terrible thing, even though sometimes get emotional about it and think it is, to chop down a 100-year-old tree and then plant 3 brand new saplings, assuming that the 3 brand new saplings, at least one of those will live to be 100 years old. Nothing can live forever.
Hey there! I heard oinking coming from somewhere up high. So either one of the pigs climbed up this castle, or whoever lives here has one of those weird laughs.
So this is a castle version of the the climb a building puzzles from Lego Batman 2.
Be really careful climbing that thing. And if you fall off, try to land on something soft.
Sure, Frank. I'll aim for your head.
It's weird how squashy it is. My doctor says I should wear a helmet at all times.
This jump is awkward because if you press forward,
You were right,
can't
Frank.
get it.
There's a pig asleep up here.
Woohoo!
Now, how am I gonna get you back down?
Apparently, he wants a banana and an apple. We haven't seen a banana in this game, and you almost always see a Lego banana in every Lego game. This is weird, though. This feels like we're taking a midpoint break in the story, and I don't really think that should be the case. There's a pig cannon. So are we gonna just stick the pig in the cannon? I was thinking I was gonna get in the cannon. That kind of devalues the usefulness of the cannons. Let's look around here and see if there's anything else to really collect. It really feels like these things are dropping more Lego bricks now. So I don't know if it's maybe triggered something to say, oh, actually you don't have enough of the Lego bricks and I'm like really short on them, or if it just triggered something to say you've hit a certain point in the game and this is the point where you should start collecting a lot more Lego bricks. Or maybe I'm just running into a weird coincidence. Here's another thing. Let's take a moment, and wants me to go that way. I don't know if that's the right way. Those are the pigs. And knows that all the other animals are not scannable from this distance. And kind of pretty much nothing else is scannable from this distance. So we'll say press F12 to capture and share screenshots from photo. Keep the camera steady for a best shot. So it does say just press F12 every time. So there's clearly something over there, but I don't think that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Meanwhile, there's a we've unlocked Frankenstein's monster. It's not what I need to shoot. So am I wrong, or... So we need a pig to use that. What did that do? Can't paint the tree yellow and make it a banana tree. That would be too easy. That over part is nothing. It is probably an example of them trying to have more free running. Like, compared to the Assassin's Creed series where you do have a free running, free climbing mechanic, LEGO games have never gotten anywhere close to that. And it certainly would be appreciated if they did have something like that. It would make the open world stuff make more sense, be more reasonable and more playable. Or doing a lot of micro stuttering. Probably need to. I guess I'm gonna go this way. I also probably need to double check to make sure I'm not running out of hard drive space. That was a problem I ran into a lot until I somewhat recently got a secondary hard drive, SSD. So it seems like it's gonna teleport me back. This is just bad game design, frankly. That the banana should have been on the ground. I should have been able to see it. So I knew that was the right place to go. Or they should have a full just go system pointing me towards collectibles and items I'm supposed to get. This is also the first instance of us just teleporting in the middle of the air, which is weird. Take his helmet off. Yeah. So, do this. And he should wake up from the smell of foods, which this is a different animation. Right, now. So this implies to me that there probably is a pig way on the other side of the city. Which... That's some craziness. That is really some craziness. He's using the chicken to activate it? That's silly too. Why not have the mechanic activate it, or just have anybody activate it?
How did you do that?
I fired him out of a cannon.
As if! I'll believe that when I see a pig fly. Wait a minute!
So now we've unlocked a free run sequence that I guess we could deal with. Chapter 10 back on the case. So chapter 9, totally just wasting our time.
Hey there, Chasey. You want a job?
Sure, as long as it doesn't involve riding animals around.
Then I got bad news, because it kinda does.
Really? What is it?
Is someone I know wants the giant robot Tyrannosaurus Rex stolen from the museum.
A Tyrannosaurus Rex? Who, would want that?
My private buyer. But trust me, he's nobody you'd want to meet. He's starting to be a real... Yeah, I shouldn't say. Just give me a call once you got it out of the museum.
Sure thing, Vinny. Ellie,
So
I
let's
think I've
see
got a
how
lead on
long
the
we
Fury
can fly
case.
here.
In Bluebell National Park?
No. Vinny called me about a job at the museum. I've got to steal a robotic Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Okay. If my uncle calls to find out where you are, I'll square it with him.
Thanks. And maybe don't tell the chief just yet?
Sure.
Farmer Hayes. Ah, perfect. You ain't seen any of my pigs, have you?
The ones I just rounded up.
Yeah. I turned my back and they hoofed it again. They'll be all over LEGO City by now. If you could just keep an eye out, I would be indebted to you. No hurry or anything.
Yes, Mr. Hayes.
Great. And if you do find one, just pop them back in the nearest pig cannon, and they'll be fired right back here.
Okay.
Okay, so just unlocked more missions in the open world. So here's a pig that I didn't even really mean to find. And what do I do to pop him back into a pig cannon? What does this do? Districts conquered. There's 20 districts. And as soon as I get on or off a pig, it starts music back. Here's another safe to crack as a bad guy. Or ATM to beat up. Which probably isn't really the smartest move to do that right now, but whatever. Right. So yeah, no telling where the closest pig cannon even is, and if it's on top of the if it's on top of like the is there a pig cannon this way? No. If it was the one on top of the castle, there's no way I'm gonna get a pig to get on top of the castle. We'll never use that pig cannon again. This will tell us, I guess, a general idea of the number. But boy, doesn't it feel like we should just be able to fast travel?
Back again, then?
I jumped as he was doing that. So there's 21 more of those just around. And every little thing we do saves and stays that way, I think. So I don't know if that at the end of the day changes too much. Let's take this car. In vehicle time travel trial, no thanks. We're getting cold.
You get that T-Rex yet, Chase?
I'm on my way to the museum right now.
Okay.
I am nowhere close to the museum. It is way over there. The only thing I could kind of do is see if I could jump on the railroad tracks. So once again, we're stuck driving the roads, which is kind of nothing to do here. You crash into things, I guess. That's about all you get. But almost certainly we will hit a point where we have to do a lot of this. And then I can't scan from a car, so the sequence of events is going to change quite a bit, because we'll have to hit Y to jump out of the vehicle, scan in a circle, jump back in a vehicle, see what happens. Right, so over there on the left, I believe, is the train. So I'd like to see if we can see where the train goes. Right. So the train has this like fenced in section, it goes right in here, and then it just fast travels, and look where we are. It's just so not built right. Like, it's a nice little fast travel spot, but it also is full admission that they totally didn't finish developing the city. There clearly was supposed to be a simple train track that went through the entire city, and people certainly weren't working together.
Aw, come on!
Alright, do we have enough time to do another level? See, the problem that this happens is every time we jump into a level, it takes like 20 minutes and puts me in a weird position where I go long, longer than I'd like to. I'm trying to have hour-long episodes. Let's see, I think this is probably a side mission over here. This is one of those where you tap B and then it pops up this, and it's a vehicle robbery challenge, which we don't want to do any of those.
You get into the museum yet, Chase? 'Cause if the chief calls my uncle, he won't be able to cover for you. He's a really bad liar.
We're seeing a decent amount of stuttering right now. So we got that, we've got that. We're going back into the museum. There's a pig up there. There's a super brick over there. Some more clues and things. There's definitely things to do, but I still don't think we are at the point where we can actually do them. We need to unlock... One assumes that this is Rex Fury and this is something else, and the custom characters are not their own special class. So we still need a red class and a yellow class hero. We haven't found a red brick in quite a while. Is there... Let's see, there is a red brick in this area. So I guess we could, once we're done with the story mode, run around the entire areas trying to find the red bricks more than anything else. And that probably is the right move to do. I probably missed something. Yeah, there's one red brick, it seems, in every section except for Lady Liberty Island. I wouldn't be surprised if that's maybe where the final level is going to be held, or the end of a final chase. Meanwhile, I guess we could also section off these areas once we have all the abilities and say, okay, we know there's only 5 vehicles in this area, and there's 14 skins in this area, and then there's 25 gold bricks in this area. So just running around one section over and over again might be the right move. Question, I guess, would come down to, does this include that? And I guess the answer to that is no. So there's a red brick inside the Bluebell Mine level. So pretty much you have to use a walkthrough, because either I'm gonna have to run around the main area looking for a bunch of red bricks to very possibly find the red brick detector red brick as the very last one I search for, and then that would lose all its use. Same is true for a red brick that would be a super brick indicator or any kind of other collectible indicators. Once we have those enabled, it will hopefully make the game a lot easier, assuming this game has those. I have to kind of assume it does have those because we have 39 red bricks, which is way more than most games. We also have some other data scan upgrades, and I don't know what that's gonna do. But yeah, it certainly seems, with the fact that we have only 15 levels and there are 39 red bricks, that there is a considerable amount of stuff that could have been a level and wasn't. Clearly you could have had 30 levels if you have 39 red bricks, and then 9 districts instead of however 20 that exist. We're at 45 of 450 gold bricks, so we're 10% complete there. We had 10 of 120 vehicles. I don't think we'll make any big progress on vehicles or skins. I guess we probably will start making progress on the vehicles once we start to do the car theft chases and the time trial chases. I imagine those two things in particular combined to start unlocking more vehicles. Skins, I don't think there's definitely some lying around to unlock some skins, but I don't think we'll do a lot that way. I think we'll start getting skins via doing other things, like in the levels themselves, the actual game levels. And red bricks, yeah, they'll just be all over the place. So 15.3% in total, whereas we're probably, I think, a lot closer to the end of the game than it seems like. But who knows? The story is weird. It seems to bounce all over the place. It seems like 3 different people wrote 3 different stories and it was cut and pasted together. If I was to guess, I would say we're going to steal a T-Rex and then either run into Rex in this next level or find out the T-Rex is for somebody else, and at the level after the next level realize Rex is not actually the bad guy. And then we'll figure out who the real bad guy is and maybe have 2 more levels on top of that to wrap things up. But yeah, it's certainly going slow. I don't recall LEGO games being this slow, because in previous LEGO games, LEGO Star Wars in particular, like, you start level 1 of A New Hope or episode 1, you play that level, you are immediately loaded after a cutscene into level 2. You play the entirety of A New Hope as a movie all the way through. You're never encouraged or asked to go back to the hub area. There's so little to do at the hub area that there's nothing really needed to happen there. And I kind of miss LEGO games working that way. When you have something like the LEGO Marvel Superheroes and you have all of Manhattan and it is a bright, colorful, lively, well-designed world that works great, but that is kind of the exception, not the rule. LEGO City Underground, on the other hand, it's a dull, small, half-finished city that's just disappointing around every corner with way too much driving. I don't believe there's many vehicles in LEGO Marvel Superheroes that you need to use. I know there are a few vehicles you can use, but I don't think there were too many missions in which you actually had to use them or do anything with them. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to further follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.